art tour with Brent. Okay, so today we're gonna it's kind of a sketchbook tour, and then I'm gonna show you the finish work from the sketches I made. The purpose of this was to really kind of have a sketch of it before we produce it, so it's kind of like a production notes kind of thing. So I'm gonna show you the notes and then some of the finished process, because unfortunately I don't have all the pieces, because I moved, and so some of them are just I just don't know where they are. That's just it. I just don't know where they are. So the sketchbook is actually made by me. And so the cover page for mine is actually the Instagram feed, because I don't know, I just love using Instagram for me. So yeah, I just cut pictures from random magazine, and then I just pasted them to look like the Instagram feed. The first page is this. It is ink on watercolor, and it's of Jaroka, which is basically this giant window still, and it's from the Rajasthan province in India, and it has this kind of intricate artwork. And what I was trying to do was portray a girl overlooking the window, and she's people watching, because back in those days, I think I read somewhere, don't quote me on this, but girls, the princesses, weren't allowed to be seen, so they went out this intricate balconies, and they would people watch. They could see the people, but the people couldn't see them. So I just tried to do that, and I don't have the finisher. I never actually finished this, and it was huge, but I don't know where it is now. And then on the second one is this kind of ink on paper. Also, I drew it from a picture I took, and it's this boy overlooking this lake, and I think it was in Oklahoma. I used a bunch of different pen strokes to kind of simulate the movement of nature. This is the finished artwork. I think it's 12 inches by 12 inches, and this took a week, because yeah, it's all, and the paint is actually translucent, so the darker parts I had to paint over more than once. On this page, I was inspired by Chinese fishermen, and yeah, it's just really peaceful, and they're in just giant river, and then in the background there's mountains, and it's just really it gives you that sense of awe, wow, you're so small. And then on this one, I was inspired from growing up in the Philippines. When I went to my grandmother's house, you would have to ride past acres and acres of rice fields, and this kind of is reminiscent of that. So this farmer, he has rice on his back, and he's just going back home, and it's kind of the sun is setting in the background. Yeah, I just tried to give it texture, and it's again stroke by stroke, because that's kind of my thing. And this page, it's kind of I tried to do illustration style, and so this girl is just laying on her bathroom floor, and she's trying to do makeup, and all her makeup is on the floor. And then of course I love Japan, so on the window the view is Mount Fuji, and it's just messy, and I would love to have a bathroom like this. And so the finished look is this. And it's just, yeah, this is my first actual illustration style. Yeah, this is it. And then on this one, it's a sketch. It's not by me. It's actually, I found this piece of paper on my table, I think from somebody the previous period, and I just really liked it. It reminded me of Naruto, and so I just pasted it here, and then drew some design, and then bubbles around it. I don't know why I drew bubbles. And then this one is my hand, and it just has a verse of the Bible. It's Psalms 91 verse 7, and it says, 1,000 may fall at my side and 10,000 at my right hand, but it shall not come near me. And it's just like a psalm of protection. I always say a little like prayer before I go out of the house, because this world is crazy and you don't know what is gonna happen. You really don't. But and then I just like did some design around it, and then that took a pretty long time. And then, but what's really weird about this, and it says right hand, this is actually my left hand. And on this page, it's another ink, but it's not on watercolor, it's ink on actual acrylic. And this is, I just drew this and I just painted this based on this photo I took. And then, I was in St. Louis at that time, and then these two couples were grocery shopping, and I just thought it was really cute. And then this one I just tried to like kind of do simple markings. So this is the finished work. So it's just the general shape, and then it's like, and then it's ink on top of it. So the groceries were there, and then I just tried to do like the groceries with white marker, and then just the general shape, and then I filled it in with more details with pen. And I think I might have broken like a few pens on this because it's pretty, you know, it's on a canvas. Here is another kind of watercolor-ish. I do a lot of watercolor because it's quick and you can fill up the page easily. And that was really my goal, was to fill up this sketchbook. I haven't yet, it's almost done. But yeah, because I have trouble like finishing stuff, so I never finish like a sketchbook. So this is really the first time where I really have gone through most of the pages. And this one, it just says silence is bleeding, and I actually misspelled bleeding right there, if you can see it. And then yeah, and then in the back you can kind of see like branches. I don't know. And so, I don't know why I put silence is bleeding. It just was like there. And then on this page is just this couple. They're just walking home, and I think it's raining. And they're walking home, and they're just enjoying each other's company, like that. Those just simple moments that we take for granted. And then these are all my color swatches, and then this is the finished work, like right here. And yeah, I botched the hand. If you can't see that, I was so embarrassed. I was like, yeah. And so this one, the background is a separate piece of paper. I think it and it's wet on wet, so you have that like water effect. So that just, I thought that was faster than just doing like water droplets. And then this one I had to color them in a separate piece of paper and then cut them out and then paste it on here. Just another photo of me from St. Louis, and it's just me laying down on this like grassy hill, and it was just like, wow, I'm so relaxed. And then this is a sketch of it, and this took so long because like I had to draw it, and like let me show you the finished piece. This. And this piece probably took the longest out of all my pieces, because first of all I had to draw it on brown craft paper, and it took so long because I had to match all the stripes to mimic the grass on the heels. I actually watercolored it, and to give texture to it, and I painted it on a separate piece of paper, and then I tore it, and then I pasted it back on another piece of paper so that there had like texture and depth behind it. And here is a photo. This is one of my favorite photos. It was in North Carolina, and it was just like really woodsy, and it was rainy, and then the colors were so like fall, I guess. I actually painted that on wood because it's like woodsy. So it's acrylic again on wood, and then on top of that, ink. And then the leaves on the floor, and I thought I really like this. Cool. And this one is just me. Like I just drew sketches of me and my outfits, and I just cross hatch it with me with my leather jacket and these pants. And then here is ink on watercolor again. And I think technique in the background is watercolor and then alcohol. And then this one is just a line drawing of me from a picture. And then on this page, it kind of looks like a children's book, but in like red ink. And then I have a poem. It's about me and my like stepdad. Got into an accident, and so he like dislocated his ankle. And now he has to go. You know, he can't walk. So he has to go through a wheelchair. And the poem is, in the hospital, don't need to be taking care of the man who let me stay in his house. Broken ankle and broken comfort, can he really make it to Cancun? Only time will tell, but let's pray for all to be well. Here on this page is just random drawings. And then this is just a line drawing of me. I was in Zara and I was trying this humongous coat that was like really expensive, but I looked good. Yeah, that's it. But yeah. This is like my first sit down video, and this is my second time filming this because the first time was like, it took me so long to film like each like page. I don't think I'm really that good at art, but to me I'm like really proud of it because like, you know when you put out something and you're like, no matter when you like create something and you're just like really proud of it. These are like the feelings I feel after I finish an artwork. And that's why I kind of made YouTube, was first of all to like document my life and like, because I have friends all around the world and I want them to see what I'm doing to like reconnect with them. And that just makes me feel so, like I feel so, what's that word? Like satisfied after I put them out. So that's it for my sketchbook tour / art tour. Peace out.